Happy Sunday, everyone. I'm going to make a watch list for momentum penny stocks that have made a big run and that are looking to pull back for an entry, okay? These are one of the most exciting plays because these can give you really big returns, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what my system tells me, exactly how I'm looking to play them. So I have lots and lots of stocks to show you, so let's get right into the video. All right, first one's first is NXU. This one meets the criteria to a T. So here is NXU chart. The easiest thing to know if it meets the criteria, look for this daily candle. Has it penetrated my upper Keltner channel? This is my upper Keltner channel. These are not your ordinary settings. This is at a HR4. So if it goes way above it, that means it's very bullish. It's starting, it will make a new trend. Because as you can see right here, you see how the EMA 5 is now at the top. That means that now we're actually at a bullish momentum. We have the 5, the 10 is your yellow, the dark blue is your 20, light blue is your EMA 50. So these are your EMAs, and that's where you look for the bounce effects. So I would have definitely taken it on this EMA 5 right in here, and if you took that right in here, you made almost 30% gains according to the data price range. Perfect bounce, right? It doesn't look big on the charts, but that's a pretty big move, right? And when I've been back testing this, I'm like, okay, this is the best way to play momentum stocks. Instead of just randomly buying it, buy it where algos are looking to get into it. So I love the EMA 5 and the 10 the most. Those are the best areas for like the bigger bounces, in my opinion. That's where the momentum is fresh. You have this big move up, big move down, and usually you get that dead cat bounce or a new high. So EMA 5, absolutely loved it here. But according to my strategy, you only play each level once. Because just like support and resistance, usually when you hit resistance, you kind of back off a little, right? You hit it for the first time, you go down. And then if you keep hitting it, more often than not, you break through it. So just like EMAs, they act as support or resistance. When price is above the EMAs, then they're most likely to act as support. So when you jump on a trampoline, you make this massive bullish move, you come back down to the EMA 5, and you had that bounce effect. You come back down, you're most likely to break through it. And that's why you have this EMA 10. Look at this beautiful EMA 10 right here. Literally to a T, the algos make it bounce, and you're making another 13%. Always take the 10% gains. That is going to save you. You don't know if it's going to pump 50%, 30%, 10%. I've realized that after much back test, if you take those 10%, they add up, right? Right in here, did a 30% bounce, take that 10% profit, get out. Does another 10% on the EMA 10. I'm looking for the EMA 20 and 50 for the bounce ideas on this stock right here. I love it how the bands are more spread out. Obviously, I missed the 10. If you guys are watching my system, you know this strategy works. So I'm going to make a video over lots of stocks so you can be like, which one's going to be the best coming into next week, January 6th. So next target is the EMA 20, and I think we can get a beautiful bounce there. And if it breaks through the 20 and goes to the 50, make sure you have money to average down on the 50. Now, if it stays below the 50 for roughly 1 to 2 daily candles, I give it, then you look to stop out, or let I like to do, if it goes below it by about 10%, I would just stop out of it. So that's kind of the stop out process. All right, let's look at the next stock, VRME, fresh one coming in. This one has not been hit yet on my most favorite EMA, which is the EMA 5. This one I'm getting in on Monday at around, it says 125. Of course, that EMA 5 is going to go up each day. So I would assume that price, we went from 121 here to 125. I assume about 4 cents it will go up. So do keep in mind, EMAs fluctuate in price. The one thing we're guaranteed in trading is price to revert back to the mean, and that's what these EMAs are. It's either EMAs come up to the price or price comes to the EMAs. So this one's one of my favorites here. We had this massive move up coming above this upper Keltner channel to say, it's a really bullish, and then it comes right back down to the EMA 5. This is your EMA 5 here. I'm looking to buy this one, and then if it goes down to the 10 and if it don't give a bounce on the 5, then I'll buy some more at the 10. Okay, all the EMAs are squished here. Easy 10% in my opinion. HOLO, one of my favorite ones. This one right here has lots of hype, lots of volume in it. We had a massive move up to $9 from a low of 123. And as you can see, we kind of retraced, a big portion of that move. We are just now on that EMA 5. I am buying HOLO right here. I am in a little already, just keep in mind. But I've been saying plenty and plenty of other videos before. You guys watched me on HOLO. We have predicted this one really good. Very great stock here, right here on the EMA 5. If it goes through that, then I'll go to and buy some at the 10. This is the first time we touched the EMA 5 since we made this bullish momentum. I suspect a nice bounce, guys. That's HOLO. SVMH, as you can see, we touched the upper band right in here. We pulled back to the EMA 5 and made a nice, beautiful bounce right in here. As you can see, like right in here, made a 22% gain. These bounces are big. If you missed this, don't worry. There's always another opportunity. I'm waiting for the EMA 10 for a bounce for SVMH, okay? Because we already hit the 5 and we bounced up on it. Algos work. You can see how clearly this strategy works. If you're not greedy, you can really make some dough with this strategy. Watt. Now this one is interesting. We had this massive move above the Keltner channel, and we're coming all the way back down. We hit this 5, and it's okay if it goes a little under. As you can see from this low here, if you got it on the 5, you still made your 10%, okay? This made a 22% move. You would have got out at 10%, and then if it touches the 5 again, as you can see, it shows weakness. You would not get back in. So it's already at the 10. Unfortunately, I am not in this one. I'm looking to get in this one right away because my bounce effect is at the 10. We broke through it, so I can see this hitting the 20. So all throughout this 10 and 20 area, I'm going to load up on some. And you might be asked, well, how do you look to load? I like to do a scenario of $5,000. If you have $5,000 and if you already played this bounce on the EMA 5, of course you wouldn't play it again. So you look for the next level, which is the EMA 10. I would put realistically probably 1,500 on the EMA 10 with 5,000 and then another 2,000 on the 20, okay? That's what I would realistically do. And if it just breaks through all these EMAs, which it can, then you put your last on that EMA 50, 10% stop loss. I just don't see that happening with this strategy because when you see a big pierce of this ATR4 getting penetrated and you come back down, you get the bounce effects. Watt, that is what I am extremely bullish. HTCR, this one, and keep in mind, I'm going through just the technicals, okay? A lot of these are just technical trades where you can make massive money. HTCR goes up massive, hit the EMA 5. Are we surprised that we bounced? 12% in the pocket right there. Take the gains, and then beautiful right in here. I'm waiting for EMA 10. EMA 10 correction down, and then I'll take that bounce effect. MLGO, this one's actually one of my favorite ones right in here. We had this massive Keltner channel. We definitely penetrated it, so that qualifies for the system where it's very bullish, and then we came back tumbling down. We are right here on all the EMAs. Obviously, these are all squished. This thing has, went down tremendously. I want to see if this holds. I'm looking to start a position right here at 295, okay? I'm looking to start it right near here at 295 if it opens right here, because as you can see, we went right through here, through the EMA 5. And if you do see that we gap down below the EMA 5, then you got to understand, play the next level, okay? Like I said, it can go right through the 5, but make sure you have powder to add on that 10 and 20. This one is a little different. You can see how the EMA 50 is at this very top. It needs to be at the bottom to be extremely bullish for an uptrend, right? If the EMA 50 is at the very bottom, that means, we're starting to make an uptrend. I don't think this is an uptrend, right? This thing has, the EMA 50 has been at the very top for quite some time. It's going to act as resistance, and that's what we saw here. I think we get a bounce effect because we hit the upper Keltner channel, and we came tumbling back down to the 20. Look for a bounce effect right in there. If you're getting in at 295, use your data price range right up here in Webull, and you can kind of see what's a 10% gain. Well, 10%, you are looking at around 325 for profit taking. So keep that in mind. LGHL, this was a beautiful play right in here. This is one of those things I wanted to show you an example. I'm probably not going to play this, but if you see something like this, you hit the upper Keltner channel and you go all the way down to the 5 and then 10, well, you see how if you bought it right here at the 5 and the 10, instead of just buying at the 5, you would have just had an average here at 20 cents, but you bought the 10 to make your average even better, and you can see the bounce effect that you have here making over 10%, okay? I would take that profit there. That one's a little dicier, but I just wanted to show you that one. AMPG, this one's actually a really nice one. Look at the thesis on this one right here. So we started that bullish uptrend starting right up in here in December 2024, and you can see we hit this upper Keltner channel, we hit the 5, had the bounce effect, and then we hit the 10. We don't know which EMA is going to give us that big bounce effect. I know that the 5 and the 10 usually are the ones that give it. And look at this beautiful trade. Let's go, AMPG. $6.44 all the way from $1. This thing was an insane monster runner, and these are the plays you can kind of get. That was a 244% gain. So you might ask, well, how do you look to scale out on these kind of plays here? Well, in my personal opinion, I like to scale out of 90%. So if I'm trying to take on 10% gains all the time, I'm going to scale out 90% of my position. Let's say you have 1,000 shares. I take out 900 shares at 10% target. And then I hold that last 10% at break even. That way, if it does a pattern like AMPG, well, you can hold that last shares for this massive rally, okay? And if it hits this upper Keltner channel, then you start taking some shares away because you know that's a sell zone. You know, a lot of times price can't maintain up in here. So this is looking actually very bullish here, right here on this EMA 10. I really like this area here. This is actually an area I'm going to look to get in, and I'm looking at for 10% at 461 from 416, and then my next loading zone is EMA 20. I'm keeping this one in alert because this is a very bullish trade setup and chart. KLTO, I'm really liking this one. We same thing scenario here, kind of like MLGO, but at least the EMA 50 is kind of, you know, not as far up, but you hit here, you hit the 5, you make your fast 10%. I'm looking more at the 10 and 20 for KLTO. FFIE is one of my favorites. All right. Look at this one. I played this one last time. Now, here's the thing. So we had this big bullish move up, right? We hit this upper Keltner channel. We come back down to this EMA 5, right at $2.08. And look at this massive move we made from here, and we make a move of 73%, okay? So for this FFIE, I'm looking for that EMA 10 and EMA 20 bounce, okay? All throughout this, and EMA 50, okay? So you're looking at a bounce from or an area to load from 231 all the way to 187. Look at all that areas. I know it's kind of a broad range, but do keep in mind these EMAs are going to fluctuate every day. This is a really bullish chart. I like this one. It's staircasing up. Hit the EMA 5, up. Hit the EMA 5, up. I love that. BURU is kind of little dicier. I know a lot of people wanted me to make an analysis on it. It kind of fits the system. We get close to this upper Keltner channel. We hit the 5. We take a bounce effect right in here, making a 44% gain on this EMA 5. We hit the 5 again, so we don't play it again. We wait for the 10. So just kind of watch that one, okay, guys? FLYE, this is a beautiful setup here. We go way above the Keltner channel, and then we come back to the 5 and make our bounce effect. We're getting close to the 10, so watch that one, guys. Carvana, I wanted to show you guys this one. This one's kind of out of the ordinary. Look at the weekly chart on this one. For bigger cap stocks that are like way up there, look at this one. As you can see, the weekly is approaching this EMA 50, and this is where we made these massive moves, okay? It hasn't touched this in a very long time. You see how we touched the 20 here, and then we only play each level once, well, now we're due to the 50. This is a great area. I know this doesn't fit the penny stock theme, but watch Carvana, okay? At that weekly EMA 50 around 154 area. We're coming up into NXRP. What a beautiful setup. This is a fresh idea that we haven't hit the EMA 5, so me making this video, watch that. That EMA 5 is at 233, and we're coming into that loading area, okay, guys? So we're going to watch that one for NXRP. We got load coming in here, touching the upper Keltner channel. I'm going to look for an EMA 10 bounce right here at around 62 cents. And then we got LAES coming in. Right here, it touched the upper Keltner channel. So basically what happens is you got bullish momentum, and we're looking for that rebound effect. Well, it already hit the 10. This one you want to look for EMA 20. So you had the 5 bounce, 10 bounce, and then you only play each level once. The next one right in here coming up is CTM. You have the upper Keltner channel. You already hit the 10, so same thing, wait for the 20. RVSN, this one right in here, we hit the upper Keltner channel, and we already had the bounce effect where we alerted in the Discord. So I want to make sure we get that EMA, that 10 area, okay? So that's the next one at a 148. And so you can kind of see the pattern where I keep doing, I can go through these really fast, and You can see how you hit the upper Keltner channel, you come back down, you can hit this, you come back down. And if you see this pattern happen a lot, well, you might be like, okay, for the QBTS, I'm watching the EMA 20 because you already hit that 10 area, right? And it's just a very fast process. It's more like, this is more of a watch list to say, hey, look out for these stocks. WIMI, very bullish. This one is due for a bounce. We didn't make our 10% yet. As you hit this upper counter channel, you're coming to the 10. Now, this is the bounce effect. There was really no bounce here, right? But we are kind of stabilizing it, so do prepare. We could go to the 20, but I love this area. So I am on my laptop. I just want to say I'm doing this. I will be back tomorrow. And I'm going to be in the Discord live streaming, so there's plenty of stuff I'm going to do, but I am on vacation, so I only have a laptop. That's why I don't really have a setup yet, but I have made this video, so I hope you guys find this helpful. But I want to keep on pushing forward into GRFX. Same scenario. Let's wait for the EMA 20. And you can see how fast you can process this. We hit the 5, made our 10%. We hit the 10. Look at this beautiful bounce right in here, making 85% gain. And then we come out here to the 20, and then the 50 is your next loading area. Remember, each level is only once. Blackberry, I love this one. All right, so BB is one of my favorite ones coming in. You hit this upper band here, you hit this 5, you had a nice, beautiful bounce, and now you're on that 10. Remember, the EMA 5 and the 10 are going to be your big bounces. That was a 9%. And then on this EMA 10, we're looking for a 10%, looking about 406 for your target. It's at 368. I would definitely load this one up. If you miss it on the 10, it's still good in my opinion because it didn't bounce 10% on this EMA 10. So I would look at here or wait for the EMA 20. It could go down there. We don't know though. You could miss it too. Real, this is one looking very nice. Look at this big bullish pattern here, right? You hit this upper Keltner channel. You had the bounce on the EMA 5, making this thing rally, had the bounce on the 10, and now you're coming to the EMA 20. This is a next crucial level where I think you bounce big for real. APM, I love this when stocks do this kind of pattern. When the minute they make a big bullish momentum, like they go up from less than $1 all the way to $7.50, they come crashing down. And we're still not at this EMA 5. I love this area, guys. At 193, this is probably one of my favorite stocks for a dead cat bounce. So EMA 5 is at 192. It'll probably fluctuate the next day. Maybe it will be at 198. Who knows? But I would be looking to buy APM, okay? AUPH, this one is a pretty nice setup here. You can see how we hit this upper Keltner channel, and you had the bounces at each level, and now we're at this last loading zone of the EMA 50. So EMA 50 is not really my most favorite, because like I said before, EMA 5 and 10 is where you get really the bigger bounces, but I wanted to show you guys a strategy, where this does still work, right? We have this big move up, we hit this EMA 50, and over time, it just kept progressing here. I just want to show this one as we are at the EMA 50 to a T. You should expect some type of bounce on this one. Upwork here, same pattern here. We had this massive move up, and we're coming back down to this EMA 50, which is that loading zone. And what I like about this one is we never touched the 50 once. REVB, this one's a very interesting one where we hit the upper Keltner channel, and there you're already at the EMA 5. So look for the next loading zone of EMA 10, which is around 46 cents. Because we missed that. TNXP is one of my favorites here. I just wanted to do a recap here of how we already traded this one. Beautiful setup of going above the Keltner channel, hit the EMA 5, made over 200%, hit the 10 right down in here, and made another massive move. So we hit the 5 here, big move here. Come back down, hit the 10, another big move. And if you see the percentages here, this is a 32%. We're only looking for 10% gains. EMA 10 was even bigger. If you trail and stopped it, it made 104%. And then you can see how you played the EMA 20 right here, made another 10%. EMA 50 made another 10%. This one is done. We played all the EMAs, wrap it up. So I just want to show you guys what a stock looks like when it's done. We played all the bounces it had. Because you got to keep in mind, a lot of the penny stocks aren't going to maintain uptrends. RLX is pretty interesting here as we're coming up here, upper Keltner channel. We had to bounce. Me personally, if I see a pattern where we hit the 5, the 10, and the 20, and then we had that bounce to come up, I would wait for this EMA 50. I know it seems a little absurd. It has to drop all the way down to 190. Not my favorites, though. But if you guys are looking for a nice dividend stock, this one's not bad. VRAR, this one is looking very nice and bullish up in here, hitting the upper counter channel, had the bounce on the 5, making beautiful returns, and this one was interesting. We hit the 10, but no really bounce, but we get too close to the 20 and then we bounce, right? So if you look near this 20 here, it didn't really quite touch it, but it made a 30%. I would have taken these gains out from my original 10 as it, went a little under, but look for this 20 area as it did not touch. That 20 area is at 236 for an entry for VRAR. Okay. Last but not least is XPON that I want to talk about. Notice how this is in a downtrend. We hit the 50 and we rejected to a T, but we did hit this upper Keltner channel, which makes me wonder, hey, we had some bullish momentum. I'd seen that they did have an offering, and that's what caused this big movement down. So we did go quite past all these EMAs here that are tight. I'm just looking for a nice little bounce idea here. We're already up 11% on here. So I'll be looking to scale out of this one and see what happens. This is just one of those big moves ups and then a bounce idea, okay? But my most favorite, you might ask, well, what is your most favorite? Well, APM. Really liking that setup. Big move from $7 all the way to $2. Hasn't hit the EMA 5 not a single time. I love HOLO a lot. Look at this setup here. Nice classic pattern, hitting the upper counter, and you're right on the EMA 5. Add more on the 10. I love the EMA 5 and the 10 for those quick ones. FFIE is another beautiful setup where it has lots of volume. I'd be looking for the EMA 10. Those are my 3 favorite setups. I love the EMA 510 initial touches, but I hope you guys, I know this is a longer video as we're going into we've been recording this for quite some time, but I wanted to do a watch list of tons of stocks that I'm watching so you can see, and I'll put them in the video description so you can see the stocks I'm watching. And these are the stocks I'm watching for momentum trades coming into January 6th of trading. I love this kind of style. This is going to make you guys a lot of money. I am so excited for 2025. And I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to join the Discord. If you guys want to join, click the link down below in the YouTube comments below and in the description. It'll say join the premium Discord for my alerts and system. It'll take you to this free chat landing page. If you want to become a member, all you have to do is hit day trade alerts right here, and that will give you access to all my memberships, how to day trade for a living and how to swing trade. What I discussed right now was completely swing trading. You guys are going to love my day trading strategy even more on how you can make passive income every day. I said that right. Passive income, selling credit spreads, which I have full videos on how to teach you guys how to do that. But if you hit day trade alerts, it'll ask you, would you like to subscribe? It is only $12 a month. It's the cheapest I can offer. For what you're going to get is one-on-one mentorship anytime you need it, live stream so you can see me going live on stocks that I'm seeing in real time. My day trade alerts that are going to be sent to your phone, swing trade alerts sent to your phone, and then obviously the most important is being a part of a community with lots of like-minded traders that find these kind of setups and see these play out daily. But and if you hit server shop up in here, you can read about the 2 memberships. Let me click it again. You can see right here. It's not popping up for me, but basically, if I offer 2 memberships, if you do the Day and Swing Trading Plus, which is this right here, we'll put your name in gold, you'll have access to everything. If you do just swing trades, it's only $6 a month, but you only get access to swing trades. I highly recommend try the full service so you can kind of get a feel of everything. I think you guys are going to really like day trading a lot. But this is my analysis, my top 3. I told you out of all of them, I am in one of them right now. I'm looking, or a couple of them, but I'm looking to get in more. And remember, don't be greedy. Target those 10%. After much back test, you win like 9 out of 10 of these times. It's very rarely you would have to get a stop loss out, and it happens. Trading is hard. Sometimes something happens, they release unexpected news, and you're like, okay, I'll have to take a loss on this one, but I won like 20 in a row, okay? It'll definitely happen. But I'm very excited into 2025 on how to find momentum stocks, how to get those bounce effects, where to look for the entry points. Using the Keltner channel is amazing. It finds the trend on, the higher you go above the Keltner channel, the stronger the bullish momentum is. And then you look for that pullback. A lot of new traders just randomly buy and feel like they're missing out, or they just buy a downward spiral, downtrend like this. I have a strategy on how to do trend reversals, but this video is for momentum stocks. But I hope you guys do try to join the Discord. I think you guys are going to really love it. I put a lot of time and effort. I update things as the time goes. 2025, this is the year of how I'm going to do momentum stocks. If I see any changes I want to do, I'll put them in the swing trading education channel here. on the videos on what I see. I have lots of videos here that you can watch, and then I'll put day trading education videos if I see updates. If you guys do join, I appreciate it so much. Give this video a like, subscribe, comment. I know it's a longer video, but I have so many stocks I wanted to talk about, and lots of these stocks I can approve of. So thank you so much for watching. Give it a like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the Discord, and let's make some money, guys. Peace out and happy trading.